Mike, what is data archiving? Isn't it just backing up corporate data?
No, Eric. Archiving is quite different than backups. Backups are done for disaster recovery. So basically, you're going to take your data that you're using today and back it up so if you have some sort of a disaster, you can recover it quickly to get back in business tomorrow. With data archiving, you're protecting data for the long term. You're moving it off of your production systems so that it doesn't slow them down if you're not using those files, and storing those files for long-term retention so that you have access to it if you need it, but it doesn't bog things down when you're just trying to run your business on a normal level.
Let's talk about the different types of data archiving.
So you can do data archiving manually. You can actually go through your files and look at them and decide which ones you're not using and you want to move those to lower cost or lower performance storage. However, that's not really reliable. There are automated systems that will look at files and determine files that haven't been used very often and move those off to the archiving system. There's also email archiving. We all know that the more email messages we have in our systems, the slower it is to find something. So email archiving makes a copy of that information, which is good because sometimes you need information from employees that are no longer with the organization, or that people have deleted messages, but you still would like to have access to them.
Why is the data archive so important?
Today, you have so much data, and it's growing so quickly that it's bogging down systems to have more data. So if you can take your older data, which you do need to keep, and move it off to other systems, lower cost storage, then you increase your performance and you lower your cost of storage.
When we're engaging MSPs, a lot of the time it comes down to cost. What's the cost justification of the archive?
So if someone maliciously deletes something or accidentally deletes something, that could be critical data for your business. It could be a customer list. It could be a design or some formula that you have developed or your clients developed, and you really can't afford to lose it. If you're in a regulated business like healthcare or finance, you may have laws that require you to retain information for a period of time. So if you don't have that information, again, if it's lost or deleted, then you have a violation and you could end up paying a fine for that.
Can you give us examples of businesses that have or maybe they don't have data archiving in place?
Well, yeah, I can give you two examples. One was a real estate company that we worked with that had decided not to archive their email. And the owner came to me one day and said he was in a lawsuit with a former agent and he needed that agent's email going back 2 years. We had to explain to them that we didn't have that through our backups, we only retained the data for 30 days, and after 30 days, anything that had been deleted was gone forever. He did remember that we had offered him the archiving, and he was pretty upset with himself for not doing it. On the other hand, we had an engineering firm where 3 of the top managers were sending company data to their personal emails. They were going to open a competing business. Mm-hmm. The owner came to us. We were able to go into the archive and show him what his employees were doing. He terminated them. Later on, there was a wrongful termination lawsuit, and the email archive gave him the evidence to use in court against his former employees, and he won.
Good for him. What are the data archiving opportunities for the MSP?
Well, you have data archiving, so you have files themselves, and then you have email archiving. And these are delivered through either products or services, and there's some cloud services that offer this. There are also some appliances that can be installed on site, but they're profitable opportunities for the MSPs to offer so that they have a solution for this problem. And one of the things, again, that it does is it distinguishes between long-term retention and the backup offerings that all the MSPs have, which are for disaster recovery.
Are there any tips that you can offer the MSP?
I think the biggest tip is that you need to offer it even if the client isn't going to buy it. What I mean by that is that just like insurance from a rental car agency, they make you decline it each time if you decide that you don't want it. It's important for the MSP to offer archiving so that you do distinguish between backups and archiving. Everyone knows that you're going to do backups for them, but they think that you're going to be able to pull a rabbit out of the hat and pull up data that was deleted 2 years ago. Backups won't do that, archiving will. It also gives you the opportunity when contracts are renewed, or if you know that the client is having some sort of a problem or has lost deleted data, to go back and sell them a profitable service. So it's good business even if the client doesn't buy archiving the first time. to offer it.
So it sounds like it's profitable to sell and also provides an excellent opportunity for MSPs to offer more to their end clients. Is there anything else that archiving offers the end client?
Well, archiving offers the end client the peace of mind that they're going to have their data for the long term, and in today's world, data is critical to every business.
And then from the MSP perspective, it's important for them to at least offer the service to their client, whether the client chooses to adopt it or not.
Absolutely. Why wouldn't you offer something that is profitable and, more than anything, can protect your business so that if a client declines it, at least they understand it was their decision not to buy it, not your decision not to offer it.
Understood.